So then, how you doing? Welcome back to the final episode of this season, and we will do another season before our full Portsmouth save, which is coming out later in the year. Well, I'll say later in the year, next Friday. Yeah, so what we're looking at is the league table. We are fourth with one game to go. We played one game between this and the Madrid game. We lost 2-0 to Stoke. There's the proof. Not very good, is it? So we need a sort of dramatic final day win to keep us in contention of that fourth place finish and Champions League football. Luckily for us, none of these teams below us got into the Champions League final. I guess the only one that really applied there was Arsenal. If Arsenal win and we lose, they will go up, providing that Newcastle, go into the fourth, providing Newcastle don't win. Basically, if we win or draw, we're fine. If not, we play Sunderland, who are fighting for their lives at the end of the season. Who knew? Meanwhile, Leicester play Hull. Arsenal are Chelsea face Arsenal, and Newcastle will play Everton, another team that was fighting. This could have been a very interesting final day, but it still is. Now, we've played Sunderland twice this season. I do believe once was in the League Cup, and the other time was in the league. Yeah, because that's what happens in the league. We're reverting back to a more sort of routine formation. Johnson, Flanagan, Sacco, Skirtle at the back, Mignolet goal, Henderson, Romero in the middle, Depay, Markovic, Balotelli, Sturridge up top, and hopefully we can come out on top. We're relatively full fitness. Only Daniel Sturridge is struggling slightly, but I thought I'd give him the game regardless. I'm not going to do this because I'd like to get into the game. After this, I'm going to show you a few of the key stats produced by my boys this season. A few things like key headers. Some things you might not always look at come the end of a season, but I thought I'd show you them because I think it's interesting to see how players have performed at a level that you're not always completely familiar with. But regardless, that's very quick. Right, Adam Johnson, Rodwell, and we're into the game. So if we can come out with a win, we've got to keep a close eye on the old league table to make sure that we don't mess it up. Obviously, a goal for Newcastle right now, I think would put them just above us, maybe? Do you know what I'll do? I'll get the latest scores up over here so we can keep an eye on what's going on. Adam Johnson with the first shot of the game. We'll keep an eye on what's happening. Obviously, this is going to matter for Sunderland too. I guess we'll keep an eye. Maybe they'll force themselves to get a goal. Markovic just nips in there. Poor defending. Or Wes Brown has taken out Markovic. And Mario Balotelli, no Steven Gerrard on the pitch. Mario Balotelli will step up to put us 1-0 in the lead. And this could be a big moment for us. Mario, what you got? Oh, fires it calmly down the middle. Penalty pull strike again. Towards the back end of the season, we've been getting our fair few penalties. I should say also, this is not all that's going on. The title race is up for grabs too. I think if Manchester City lose and Chelsea win, they will win the league. Obviously, there's Mario's penalty. I saw the back end of it there with the highlight selection. So yeah, there are things going on up and down the Premier League, and let's see how they turn out. So half time, I'm going to calmly say things are going well, but you're capable of even better, and they're miffed. So I'll calmly say you weren't that bad, but I believe you can do more, which is effectively what I've said beforehand. And I'm just going to say it again, and this time they're all going to react, and they all look happy now. I've turned them round. So keep an eye on the old latest scores, keep an eye on the pitch obviously, and keep an eye on the league table. Let's see what happens. Sunderland currently staying up. I think if Leicester win and Sunderland lose, then Sunderland will be in trouble. But Leicester are 1-1 with Hull. Chance for us though, maybe? No, Connor Wickham. Arsenal. Arsenal are now winning. Arsenal are beating Chelsea, so that's put Chelsea's title hopes on the on the down low. But what it has done is put Arsenal back in contention for that fourth place spot. But we could potentially, if Depay scores there, we could have put that one to bed. And with the more that happens, they're not too important down the bottom there. Romero, he's been brilliant for us. Depay! Oh, that could be it. That could be the clincher for Champions League football again next season. Obviously, we will have to go through a playoff if you finish in fourth place. And look at that. Chelsea have scored again. So another twist. Some West Brom goals could change the top of the table. I've made this very interesting all of a sudden. I've made our game against Sunderland, which is quite important, but I expected to win, into a bit of a drama. Don't get out. What's all this in the way? You don't need that there. Right, so the bottom few fixtures aren't too important, so we'll keep the ones we can see on there. Obviously, Everton, Newcastle facing each other. Balotelli, Sturridge. Oh, Pantilimon, great save, to be fair to him. 75 minutes gone. And things are looking good. Now, pause the game. I don't know if he's going to retire, so it's time to bring... I didn't put Gerrard on the bench. I'm a disgrace. I am a disgrace. I gave him a little Champions League farewell. I don't know if he's going to retire or not. I've offered him a new deal, so hopefully he will be around for one more year. I'll bring Coutinho and Sterling on the wide positions and just play. I was going to bring Gerrard on. What an error. Oh, and Chelsea are now winning, so if West Brom can do something miraculous in the last few moments, we could see something happen. Everything looks pretty safe right now, though. As long as we don't concede late here, we should be all right. And now Sunderland are forcing a bit of an attack. Adam Johnson twisting up John Flanagan. Catamol, what a veteran of the Premier League. And Rodwell had a funny career, really, hasn't he? I've totally forgotten Jack Rodwell's name. There you are, Jack Rodwell. Sterling, settle it, Sterling. Danny boy, and that should be that. So I guess we'll keep our focus elsewhere. Leicester look like they're going to be going down. Leicester, QPR and West Brom. None of those three teams really have any players that are poachable, I don't think. QPR, maybe one or two. Maybe someone like... who have they got that could be interesting? Vargas, maybe. Bit of an impact sub. We'll see if he's available. We'll have a little look through. So we'll be doing an entire transfer window. And that's that. 4th place. I'm assuming we've sealed it. I think Newcastle got a late goal against Everton too to win the game. So I'm very happy with the result. Hopefully that should be in Champions League football. I think it will do. Yeah, Newcastle got a late goal against Everton. So it's a good job we won that, because if we didn't win it, we would have lost it. And Newcastle would have nipped in there late doors. So congratulations to me. 4th place finish and Champions League football back at Liverpool, which I think is what really, looking at it as like a sort of overriding picture, I think that's good. I think that's what they would have wanted. I'm not going to do the press match conference because I'm going to get into some post-match figures. So the curtain comes down on the Premier League. We've got 18 million for our 4th place finish. If we look at our finances, they must have been really bad. Luckily for us, our sponsorship, which will come in obviously at the end of the year, is around 60 million-ish. So we'll be absolutely fine in that area. And I plan to do quite a few sales as well as buy in a few new names too, and the wage bill is going to be significantly less come the start of next season, hopefully. Now, as you can see from this chart, I've arranged a few other things. Now, ordinarily when I do big saves, I like to have key aerial duels, key tackles and key passes on my screen. So I'm just going to flick through each of the categories and we'll see who is the best at what. Pass completion rate, we'll ignore Jack Dunn because he only played one game, I believe, and Lucas Romero is up there, 88%. Coutinho, Allen and Lucas not too far behind. But yeah, Lucas Romero came in sort of at the halfway point of the season. 4 goals, 4 assists, as you can see if you look along his column. But yeah, 88 pass completion, that's fantastic. And he'll be taking that into next season too. A player like Joe Allen may become surplus to requirements. He's been winching all season that he's not had much of a chance. So I may well be moving him on. So Lucas Romero. Shots on target percentage. Despite not scoring that many goals, Lallana and Markovic are up there. And a 53% from Daniel Sturridge is fantastic. That's really, really good. And again, Lucas Romero up there. Balotelli, 43. Any other key striker? I guess we'll look at Depay and Sterling. Sterling got 42. Memphis got 34. Moving along the line, key aerial abilities. Now, this is usually dominated by the centre-backs. Martin Skrtel and Mamadou Sakho have been the big men on campus. Played quite a few more games, have they, than Lovren? Yeah, played quite a lot of more games than Lovren, so you'd expect that. Though they've got double the amount of key aerial duels won compared to Lovren and his games, sort of, to aerial duels ratio. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Key tackles, once again, usually for the centre-backs. As you can see, Mamadou Sakho up there once again, with Skrtel not too far behind. A lot of defenders in that one. Jordan Henderson ahead of someone like Glenn Johnson. So he's got 5, to be fair to him. Key passes made. Now I'm assuming the most assists. No, you'd think more assists. Jordan Henderson, 66 key passes. Really, really good. Balotelli up there with 61. And you've got Gerrard, Depay, Sterling, Coutinho, who missed a lot of the season actually. So you'd expect that would have been a lot higher had he not picked up a pretty severe injury at the back end of the season. Where should we move along to? I guess we'll go to appearances. Who made the most appearances? Simon Mignolet, the much maligned Simon Mignolet, made 54 appearances for us. Jordan Henderson and Moreno. Moreno, obviously our first choice left back. We did sell Jose Enrique, so it was lucky that Moreno really stayed fit throughout the entirety of the season. Otherwise, we would have been filling in with players like John Flanagan. Goals. Now, this is where it gets exciting. Daniel Sturridge, 25 goals in 36 starts. Really, really good year from him. And Balotelli should not go unnoticed in this category. He was brought in, 16 goals, 10 assists. He's done his job. Hopefully, though, we can get them both firing. If we could get 10 on each of those, a league title would not be too far away. And on the assists, Raheem Sterling, 17 assists. Balotelli, as we mentioned up there. Depay, Suso, Jordan Henderson, Daniel Sturridge, and many, many more doing particularly well. And if we go to average rating, Lucas Romero is far and away. Only 14 games played, but has had quite the impact on his arrival. And Quilo as well, 7.15. Getting a defender up there is no mean feat, so we'll take that. And again, Daniel Sturridge definitely had an excellent season, and hopefully he can take this form into next year. A few injuries along the way, but he'll be okay, I assume. And that brings it to the to a close. I will do all my transfers. I won't do a big transfer special. I will do that in the January, hopefully, if we've got a little bit of wage budget and whatnot. You'll see that as it comes. So then, how are we? We're good. And from me, Dr. Benji, thank you very much for watching the first season. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you want to see more, another season on its way, of course, then subscribe to the channel. From me, Dr. Benji, thank you very, very much for watching. Goodbye.